We'll just be reacting to the first 2 episodes of Buffalo Bills Hard Knocks tonight. So whether you want to just know what happened, you can hang out here, talk with us, and we'll let you know. Or if you want to watch it yourself, come back and see if you have the same thoughts as us. Cool. Or if you did watch it, definitely chime in the chat. Let us know what you thought live. Let us know if there's anything else you guys want to talk about, whether that be other football stuff, fantasy football stuff, anything random. We're just here hanging out, talking ball, and reacting to Hard Knocks, which everybody, even if you dislike the show in terms of like the episode or something, everybody loves Hard Knocks. I feel like Hard Knocks is great. It's iconic at this point. It's like the official start for a lot of people's football season is hearing that first intro. So does that ring home to you? I know you watched episode 1 right before episode 2 here.
Yeah. I mean, right, like the kind of the official start of football in general is training camp, right? And this kind of gives you the firsthand look of here's actually what goes on at training camp. So yeah, I mean, you get the ins and outs of what's going on with football. Whether you like the show or not, like maybe the greatest song in the world is pads popping. So
Mhm.
it's almost as like ingrained in football culture, Hard Knocks is, as something even like fantasy football. Like it's just a part of football now.
Yeah, I guess I don't know the official number of years it's been on, but I would guess like close to 15 or
Yeah,
so.
for sure.
That feels right. Maybe more. I don't know.
Well,
Probably more.
it has to be at least 15, right? They did Rex Ryan Jets teams, so that was about what 15 years ago.
True. Yeah, there's been a lot of Hard Knocks, and it's great. I I'm not sure if I love the in-season Hard Knocks yet. It just hasn't hit
Yeah, agreed.
perfect. This
I
last one
do
was definitely
think,
the best version of it. But yeah,
and do you think that's because like we've been so football deprived for so many months that coming back we
it's a
finally
huge
have
part.
something?
For sure.
Yeah,
For sure. I mean, and we're all looking for, as fantasy football people too, right? We're like, okay, let's see what little nuggets we can get from the Buffalo Bills. Let's see who's relevant, stuff like that. Let's see how they're talking about other teams that we're about to see. So it's like, okay, we're actually kind of getting a look into things. But if it's the in season Hard Knocks, you're just reliving what you literally just watched.
right,
And you
yeah,
get
and
inside look and it's cool, but it's like, okay, I know how this is going to end. I know what this is. And it's just less important, I guess.
yeah, I think in season two, you get so much, there's so much football content out there, whether it be, people doing podcasts. You turn on any sports channel during the football season, it's 95% sports, right? Or 95% football. And I
Mhm.
mean, if you're a football fan, you sit and watch, you sit on your couch every Sunday, watch every single game, every single play. You get enough football. I guess, I don't know necessarily know if that's a term, enough football. You probably can never get enough football. But in terms of, does Hard Knocks really fill anything during the season is I guess what I'm trying to say.
There's also with the training camp Hard Knocks, the traditional Hard Knocks, it's like, okay, I need to watch it all by this date because that's when week 1 starts.
Hmm.
And I mean, I do this with a lot of shows, not just Hard Knocks. In season Hard Knocks is like, I know what happened. It's whatever. It's not important to watch right now. I'll binge it later, and then I just never do it. Or
Yeah,
if I do,
agreed.
it's like way later. Like there's that I don't know where I'm at in the series of the Bear because I stopped watching it and I'm somewhere and I'll get back. I like it, but since I
Yeah.
left, now it's like, okay, at this point, why not just wait until the end of the football season to watch it? Doesn't matter
Yeah,
now.
I'm with you on that. Like when it comes to it, I think another thing that kind of works to off season Hard Knocks, right? It's only 5 weeks. Like you're not putting in that commitment. It's 5 hours, out of your time that you're going to sit down and watch football. But to your point about watching shows, right? I do the same thing. Like, I mean, I'm not a very good TV watcher. I never know what to watch, and I just end up turning on like an old NBA game. But I was watching The Boys or something, and then the NCAA tournament basketball hit. I'm like, all right, I'll wait till after that. Then
Mhm.
NBA playoffs. I'm like, all right, I'll wait till after that. And now I haven't watched it. And I'm like, well, now I'm gonna have to wait till after the football season to finish it now.
Right. I started Game of Thrones. I ended in season 2 somewhere, I think 3 years ago. And I want to watch it. That's
Yeah, you should
one
pick it back up.
that's intimidating though cuz it's like
Yep, it is.
it's a lot to watch, but I want to. I liked it so far.
Yeah,
It'll be
yeah,
great. I don't know what happens other than I know it gets bad, which is I'm excited
oh,
for
you
that, I guess.
you have a long way till it gets bad.
Right. And then there's
Yeah.
the House of Dragon, there's a lot of stuff now uh ahead. I'll figure it out. I'll get to it someday. We'll see. Maybe I'll
Yeah,
do
I
a freaking Game of Thrones podcast. That's what everyone wants to listen to in 2025. That'll be when I do
that's
it.
kind of a funny bit to do, like, a show podcast, like, 7 years after it premieres.
Yeah, have you guys seen this Game of Thrones? It's incredible. More people need to be talking about it. It's
No,
just
I know
me.
what you mean. Like, COVID was awesome, right? You could sit down and watch whatever.
True.
Like, that's when really Marvel TV shows started coming out, and I love Marvel and everything. I think ever since COVID, I haven't watched one Marvel thing other than maybe a movie or two, which I would love to get back into. It just I'm so far behind now that I'm never gonna catch up.
It's such a side tangent, but the pandemic is kind of great in a lot of ways. And
Yeah,
it was such a weird, like, just the fact that literally everybody in America watched Tiger King. It had some
right,
thought about
crazy.
it. It's so weird. It was such
Right.
a weird, and everyone watched it immediately.
It was
Like, it dropped, we
yeah,
watched it within a week. Everyone watched it. It never
yeah,
happens.
yeah. Yeah, we'll get into Hard Knocks here in a second, but
Yeah.
the pandemic was crazy, man. So I remember, here's a quick pandemic story for you. The day before, like, everything, like, it went like March 14th or something. It was kind of trickling on through January, through February. Nobody kind of knew what was going on. It was my senior year of college, and my professor goes, "I don't know if we're ever gonna see each other again." And I never went to a day of school again. That was like the craziest thing. That
It is weird.
I never graduated, never got, they had to mail a diploma. I was just sitting in an apartment in La Crosse at, 21 years old, which was fucking incredible. No responsibilities, no job, nothing. But it was the craziest shit ever, man.
That is weird. I That's super
Yeah.
weird. I think my sister graduated
And
during
that
the
was all
pandemic too.
yeah, it was a crazy thing. That was the last thing I ever heard at school. I don't know if we'll ever see each other again. And I never went to school again.
That's so weird. That's odd.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about Hard Knocks again. We're not going to go episode by episode. There's been 2 episodes. We'll just talk about it as a whole. But this one's different, right? Because usually it's can't be first year head coach and it has to be a team that missed the playoffs. Maybe it's just the number of teams that have said no. Maybe it's they just want to spice it up. But we got the Buffalo Bills. So obviously established head coach, but this is a team that has made the playoffs for like 6 straight seasons or something. They're perennial contenders in the AFC. I think they might be for sure within the top 3 for Super Bowl betting odds. Like they're expected to be a good
For
team.
sure.
So it's a very, very different sort of training camp vibe, Hard Knocks vibe. And overall, I guess, what's your overall feeling on the vibe of Hard Knocks episode 1 and 2 so far? Are you into it? Or are you not liking that it is an established team?
No, that's why I was excited, somewhat excited about the Bills, right? Like I don't know that they've ever done a team that's like expected to not win a Super Bowl, be two, a Super Bowl contender,
Mhm.
um, coming into the season. What and I get so I don't want to rag on it, but I say the same thing every time that we talk about Hard Knocks is I don't care about Deion Dawkins and his kids drifting cars. We did. I get you have to do it, but we did the Damar Hamlin story like 3 years in a row now.
Mhm.
Um, like I want to see Josh Allen, Sean McDermott, Ed Oliver, all these guys like start talking shit about the Chiefs. Like that's what
Yeah.
it needs to be. Like they should be gearing up for the Chiefs. And there's been no talk about like this has to be this is our season. I guess kind of at the end there, the fans were into it last season at the stadium. Let's win a Super Bowl. We have a chance to. But really, in terms of we are a team that is a top 3 team in the league. Like let's get intense and let's do it. I get that you have to do the reality show and make players seem human and everything, but to me, that's what this show should be. Is fuck everybody else, fuck Patrick Mahomes, fuck Andy Reid. Let's go win a goddamn Super Bowl.
I agree. That's my biggest problem with it. I mean, I'm not sure if there's a team I'm less interested in than the Buffalo Bills, but there is an element where this could be interesting where it's like obviously they're the most cursed team in the freaking league.
Right,
They're living in la la land. They're all comfortable
right,
right now. They're hoping for 10 wins, playoff berth, and maybe we'll be in the running for another award. Like that's what it feels like. Like to your point, they're not talking about or even acting like they are trying to get over a hump of any kind. They're not acting. The
right.
only adversity I've heard about is cancer and someone dying, which we've heard about for in actual football for the past 3-4 years. It's played itself out. I don't really care anymore. Not to be numb to the fact. They used it as a PSA for skin cancer tonight, and then they used it to share Damar Hamlin's story, which is great. But I've heard it so many times that I'm sort of numb to it. It is what it is. They need to say fuck the Chiefs. They need to say we're trying to get over something. They need to do a little. We remember Peyton's Places where he had, I think, Jeff Daniels. They burnt shit or they did something. It was something with a bathtub, I think, at the Detroit Lions to break that curse. Break a curse, do something. But if you're just acting like, oh, we have a really good team, we're all contenders, we're all super good, we're all happy. I wish James Cook is here, but it is what it is. He's like one of my sons. It's fine. We got Frank Gore Jr. Who cares? This is a team that's going to be very good, and they're going to lose right away again because they don't get it. They're not building anything. They're pretending to be contenders, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't disagree. They're probably the number one team right now in all of major sports. To be like we need to get over a hump. We need to get something. They've been so close. Of course the '80s stuff, but even like the last 6 years.
Yeah.
I mean, they can't beat the Kansas City Chiefs. This whole show should be about beating the Kansas City Chiefs, and it's just no mention of it yet.
No, and maybe they'll get to it, but yeah, first episode was kind of nothing, in my opinion. And then tonight was the medical PSAs, and KJ Hamler talk, which was fun. But that's about it. Like there really hasn't been much. There's been a lot of Josh Allen on camera, but nothing. I mean, maybe it's just me, and I like Josh Allen. He seems so uninteresting in the show so far.
Right. Yeah. I mean, so Josh Allen, right? Like, in the past, I've talked shit about him that but he's fine. He had a great year last
Yeah.
year. Did he deserve the MVP? I mean, maybe it's up for debate.
do.
But anyways, he had a great year. He's an incredible personality I guess not really as like a crazy guy, but just as like a normal guy. Grew up in Wyoming. Worked hard to get where he is. He comes in as for argument's sake, he comes in as the best quarterback in the league. He's every kid's dream. He's married to like one of the hottest women on earth. Like the guy is got everything in life. I don't necessarily know that we need to see, all this about, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it. But Josh Allen, he's the guy. He's such a good personality. It just feels like there's something not there with the show yet. And again, we're only two episodes in, so I hope that picks up a little bit. But just in terms of football, like Josh Allen is like the perfect guy that you want as like a leader of your team. He's the perfect face of the franchise. And I know all this is like very obvious. Everyone has the same exact opinion as I do. But like that's what you need for any team. The guy who's the face of the franchise. Everybody loves him. His teammates love him. He can rag on him. They can rag on him. He's a superstar. It's incredible to see out of a guy who is a nothing coming into college.
I agree. However, I feel like nobody's pushing anybody. No one is trying to get better. Like I think Josh Allen is great leader, super likable, obviously phenomenal player, top 3 quarterback, maybe top 5 quarterback, whatever you want to say. You can argue against it, but like when he is on, I'm not sure if there's anyone more dominant than Josh Allen. Like he is an incredible player.
To your point there, and I get it, right? You have Josh Allen on your team. He's going to carry the team. He's the best player on the team. He's, top 5 player in the NFL, maybe, right? But you can see it. To your point, like nobody's like really pushing each other. They said like 3-4 times in these first 2 episodes, like we have Josh Allen. He's going to carry us.
Yeah, and it's not the way it is. And McDermott, if they lose in the playoffs again, he's fired. Like let's not even pretend because his message has gone stale. I don't think he's a bad coach, but I think his time's run dry. If they can't get over the hump, the roster is what it is now. But yeah, Josh Allen doesn't seem like he demands anything. I don't think he's trying to push anybody. Again, everyone's just happy. Everyone's talking about how good they are. And okay. Have you been saying the same stuff for the past 3-4 years? Because it seems that way. And it feels like I'm watching like a high school TV show about a football team. Like the quarterbacks are dancing and singing around Josh Allen. He is the high school quarterback captain.
Yeah, that was weird, huh?
Yeah, he just seems like the homecoming king. Like nothing feels real yet at all. And to your point, Josh Allen, great personality. He's not a huge personality, but he's a great personality. Is what it is. Deion
Right.
Dawkins is a massive personality, great personality, and all we got is drift cars. That wasn't funny.
Right.
Like he needs to be featured more. There's basically no D lineman talk yet. Got to get that.
Right.
I don't. There's no key. Have we seen Keon Coleman?
That's what I'm waiting for. Like I need like Keon. They need to sit down and just have Keon Coleman tell Tom Izzo stories.
That would be great. And then the tight ends. We know Dawson Knox is a great personality, and we've seen him pat twice now.
Right.
Cool. I don't need that. I don't need to see him pack anymore. I'd like to see him talk. I'd like to see his personality because he's a typical tight end, bro. Like a lot of the tight
Right.
ends are.
He's a meathead.
Yeah, it's great. I love it. So far, the only personality is KJ Hamler, who's been hilarious,
Great.
and
The
Jameis
the
Winston at the
clip the
very end.
You're right. The clip of KJ Hamler on the kid scooter is great, and
Okay.
then just not knowing what happened to the scooter, and then he gets a new one and it's bigger than his car. It was a very funny, like very subplot of that episode.
Yes, 100%. And getting stoked about the bell, it was great. It was awesome.
Yeah.
I like KJ Hamler anyways. I like that. We'll say
Yeah.
from
Agreed.
episode 1, I liked a lot of the Trey White stuff. I like him a lot too.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I thought that was good, seeing him like work after practice and stuff like that. How much of it is show for the camera? Who knows? Scoring the kid in the face with the water bottle's great. I like him as a player in general. So I like stuff like that. And the Bills have guys like Joey Bosa's there. We haven't seen him yet. There's guys with personality and just cool shit going on. There's a way to do this Buffalo Bills Hard Knocks that makes it incredible. We just haven't seen it yet.
So every year, right, for Hard Knocks, they kind of latch on to like the guy who's working hard to make the team, whatever. Like the linebacker, Buffalo Joe, whatever.
Yeah.
Like there's just absolutely no story there. He's just
No.
a small white kid who's trying to make the team, right? You remember a couple years ago when they did Malcolm Rodriguez with the Lions? Like
Yeah.
it's like that, but Malcolm Rodriguez had some personality. This kid's got no personality whatsoever. He just puts his head down and works hard. Like this doesn't need to be a storyline.
No. And maybe this is just, I honestly don't know. Is this just what Buffalo is? Because like, is everything just sort of acting tough, and then when it comes to it, they're just not anything? There's just nothing substantial. Because like Bills Mafia, cool, but that's all a show. Like
Right.
truthfully, it's just a fake show.
I wonder if there's a little like maybe we're a little known to it being Packer fans. Like I'd imagine if you're like a an LA fan or a Chicago fan watching, it's like, oh, it's cool. The guys go out to the ice cream shop, buy everyone ice cream and shit. I mean, we see that all the time in Green Bay. So I'm wondering if
Yeah,
if there's
it's
a
true.
little numbness there.
That's probably true. This is like Buffalo's not a small town, but it kind of is treated like a small town team, I guess, to your point. Even still, like I don't know. It just feels the I've never been to Buffalo, but maybe the city of Buffalo just feels weird because they keep talking about how not in Hard Knocks, but in general, they talk about how they're the only true New York team, but they don't
Yeah.
feel New York.
Right.
They feel like the little brother to the New York teams. They feel like the little brother in the AFC to the Chiefs. They feel like an afterthought in terms of contenders. I remember last season, and probably multiple years now, for the FlurrySports podcast, before the season starts, I name all the teams that cannot win the Super Bowl. And I got crucified for saying the Bills last year, and I'm going to tell you, it's going to be the same thing. Like they are they have a 0% chance to win the Super Bowl from what I've seen so far.
Yeah.
It's just what it is.
Yeah, I agree with you. In terms of like competitions for the team, it feels like the roster's already kind of set, right? Right. The
No.
only kind of competition right now is the backup quarterback spot. And you know me, I love Mike White. I hate that like Mitch Trubisky. I like Mitch Trubisky too. He's a Carolina guy. I think he got an unfair shot in Chicago. But they come in and they glorify him right away in the preseason game, and they immediately, Mike White off to off to a bad start, gets sacked like that was his fault. I'm happy
Right.
that they showed it at the end, but I mean, it's obviously that they're creating a narrative there that right now it's Mitch Trubisky's job to lose.
Yeah. Maybe a little redemption because they've had him on Hard Knocks before or something. I don't know.
Right.
But yeah, that's a competition. But talking about Frank Gore Jr., maybe we'll get him to talk because I think he's a cool dude.
Sure.
Coming from Southern Miss. But what is he going to be the fourth running back on this team? I don't think so.
Right.
He's a practice squad guy. I think Buffalo Joe. I think he's on the team, but he's just a depth piece that's uninteresting. Yeah, and then there's nothing else. Yeah, I'm not. That's why it's just isn't an interesting concept. It's a contender who is acting like they are back-to-back champions. There really isn't competition for roster spots. They're a very talented team, so there's no like growing pains.
Right.
It's just everyone's back. It just feels weird. It doesn't feel right. It feels like a season 2 of a 3-season show.
Agreed. I think they, so I like we said off the top, right? It's an interesting method to do the show with a contender. I think they did it a couple years too late. And again, it's probably biased talking. But if we're gonna do like we're following a contender, the team to do it would have been the Aaron Rodgers Packers team the year before he left, when they lost to
Yeah,
the 49ers in the playoff game. Like that would have been the team to follow for a contender series.
that would have been great. Even the Ravens would have been interesting this year, I think, if we want to go for a contender.
True.
Because you got Lamar Jackson, multiple MVP coming off a year where he probably deserved it. You got all of these really big superstars that are trying to prove themselves in Derrick Henry, Jair Alexander. They got the Justin Tucker drama. I'm not sure if they would address it, but you would know it's in the back of your mind. Like, I think they're an interesting team. I don't know. Like, there's other contenders. I mean, you could have done Steelers, I suppose. Like, that would have been interesting.
Right.
Chiefs would have been interesting.
Yeah,
coming
true.
off of the Super Bowl loss. Like, everyone else is more interesting than the Buffalo Bills. They just are. They're just not in.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care what Josh Allen ever has to say. And right now, you would have to care if you want Hard Knocks to be good.
Right. It sucks too that after practice, Josh Allen goes and does the interview with Will Compton and Taylor Lewan, who both should probably be on NFL rosters right now, but that's a different
Sure.
story. They use like the worst part of the podcast. I don't know if you listened to
Yeah.
it, but like Will Compton and Taylor Lewan are like two of the funniest people on the planet. And they just talked about Josh Allen's marriage. They're picking wrong clips. They're picking bad things to show.
Yeah, and I don't know if there's any like difference between like in terms of the NFL Films team or anything. And usually they have the exact same team for the past 15, 20 years. I'm not sure if there's been any changes, but yeah, it just hasn't been. There had to have been better team meeting clips to show. Like, there's been nothing.
Also, who cares about Terry Pagula's ownership dinner?
No, that was bad. The only interesting part was seeing Vince Carter.
Yeah, agreed. That was going to bring that up. Like, they snuck Vince Carter in there.
Yeah.
But that was a story. That was 5 minutes that I'll never get back in my life.
Yeah, that was wildly uninteresting. That is worse Hard Knocks content than the Giants receiver who learned to juggle. That was more interesting than whatever that was. Who cares?
Yep.
Great. That's bad. It's bad. I hope there's 3 episodes left, right? 3, not 4. 5 episodes.
3. Yep, they do 5 episodes. Yep, because they'll do up to final cuts.
So, like, in terms of what we need to see, right? Like, we need to see some sort of adversity in terms of fuck the Chiefs, in terms of we need to gear up to stop somebody. We need to see D linemen. We need to see personality.
Yeah, always.
Like, there's so much to show.
When do they do like when the rookies stand up in front of everyone and have to do like talents and shit? That's got to be coming up.
Who's the rookie?
I guess Maxwell Hairston, but he's hurt.
Right. I don't think they would have already done it, I think. Unless they're just banking on flip.
Yeah.
Because they would have done that.
I don't know. I feel like that's a staple of the show. And if they don't include that, that kind of sucks.
I agree. Yeah, that's a good point. I hadn't really thought about that. I feel like that's usually an episode 1 or 2 thing.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember when Aiden Hutchinson was doing Billie Jean, but I feel like it was early.
Yeah, it was right away because he was they had to feature him, right? And that's, you intro him with that. And with Hairston, they introed him with this 40 time. Which is, he's fast. That's cool. Then they made it about
so this Right. So at least through the first 2 episodes, there's not like a whole lot of on the practice field and the meeting rooms with guys mic'd up, talking shit to each other, doing all that. It's a
No,
lot of, like you said before, Josh Allen talking about nothing. It's a lot of, again, I understand that you have to do it because you're the NFL and it was like the craziest thing ever. But spending 15 minutes on Damar Hamlin was crazy. And then Terry Pagula, like again, nobody cares. Like, let's see Deion Dawkins getting fights with defensive linemen. That's what we want to see.
agreed. We saw a little bit of something when again Buffalo Joe hit someone after the whistle. Like
Right.
the amount of practice time we've seen was just Mitch Trubisky, Mike White, and Buffalo Joe. I think I'm not sure if there's been anything else,
Yeah.
which is wild. Like they're not,
Yeah.
and I think I might be wrong. I think this is intentional because usually you don't have contenders to do the show, right?
True. Maybe. Yeah.
Usually, usually it's just a team that's not expected to go, and I'm guessing part of the contract negotiations with getting the Buffalo to agree to it is just like we are for sure not showing jack shit.
I mean, that makes sense, right?
Yeah, that makes sense. If that's the case, though, they had to have known. Like, you,
Oh
you got
God.
to be
I
filming
mean,
shit 3 months ahead of time with these
right.
superstars because there's nothing coming.
Right. I'm just thinking. So you brought that up, and like, yeah, this formula probably doesn't work if contenders aren't going to show anything. So like, let's go back to the bad teams. I think Raiders would have been a great one this year.
But they won't do it because the first year head coach.
I know,
But they would have
but
been for
to
sure.
get Pete Carroll back on camera, to get Chip Kelly there, to get Geno, it'd have been great.
True. And especially for this week with the story of uh Gino flipping off that Seattle fan
Yeah.
sign and Pete Carroll defending him. That would have been great. That would have been gold.
Yeah.
I couldn't have told you who the Bills played preseason until the show.
You're right.
Didn't matter
Right.
because
It was great they snuck Jameis Winston in at the end.
Yes, they have to, and it was one of the best parts. Quit telling everyone you're 6'5" or whatever. That's great.
How do you think Russell Wilson was like following the cameras around trying to get on
For
him?
sure,
Or
yeah. He's waving, he's
yeah,
stretching like in the middle of the
yeah.
field for sure. For sure. Who do the Bills play next week? Not that it really matters, but let me look it up.
Well, they'll probably have joint practices,
True.
so maybe that'll be fun.
True. At least get Josh Allen cooking or talking shit because he talks shit too. Like,
He does.
yeah, you gotta showcase this. The Bears. So they'll focus probably more on the
Oh,
Bears.
yeah, it's gonna be the Caleb Williams show.
Caleb Williams, Ben Johnson. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I will say, um, I
oh,
love
really
that.
quick. Were
Go
they
ahead.
setting Mitch Trubisky up for the Bears joint practice?
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
That's not interesting either, but okay. Sorry, continue.
True. It would be fun if like Mitch Trubisky shredded the Bears. But anyways,
Agreed.
um, it's incredible for anyone who's played sports, anyone who in football especially, like going out and just spending 2 weeks in like dorms with just a football team and just playing football, guys being together. Like that's fucking incredible.
Yeah, it would be once we get big, we'll do Camp FlurrySports. We'll rent out a resort, we'll rent
Yeah,
out a dorm hall, we just do a bunch of bullshit. But yeah, that's incredible. I wish more teams would still do it. Like I wish Green Bay would still do it.
agreed.
The Chiefs used to do it up in River Falls. That would be super cool.
Yeah,
I mean,
true.
for me especially. But yeah, the Steelers do it. Packers don't do it at all anymore. That's kind of
Mhm.
it is what it is. But
I mean, it's gotta be so fun to. I mean, put yourself in that shoes. Just go hang out with your friends for 2 weeks, and all you do is football.
so yeah, I think the younger guys kind of hate it. I know a lot of the veteran players were like, okay, newborn baby at home. See you in 2 weeks. Thank God. Let's go play.
That's fair, right?
Um,
Yeah,
but yeah, I've heard stories about like learning to long snap down the hallways and dorms and stuff like that.
yeah.
Just I wish they would show you can't, but I wish they would show more of that side of this training.
Shenanigans,
Yes, because there's got to be something. It's Buffalo. In the I don't
right?
know. They feel like partiers, but maybe they're not. I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of weird. What other stuff are you looking forward to? Trying to.
I mean,
Oh,
I said it off the
go ahead.
top. Go ahead.
No.
No, go ahead.
The only other thing I wrote down about the 2 episodes that we haven't talked about. I don't think the Bills should be able to claim in 2025 that Mr. Brightside is their theme song.
It's a great song, but I agree with you because that's everyone's theme song.
It's everyone's theme song, and you're not. I don't know. They're just trying to be quirky. Again, it just goes into the fake high school TV drama that I think we're watching right now. Nothing feels real.
Yeah.
That feels like the song you would
Yeah.
pick for a CW show.
Right. Just to talk about Mr. Brightside for a second, I feel like songs that are like insanely popular that are kind of get labeled like a white person anthem, usually get coined as corny and that song sucks. Mr. Brightside has transcended that. Like
Yes.
that is an incredible song that everybody loves. I go nuts every time I hear that song. Like that's an incredible song to play if you're at a wedding, if you're at any kind of party. It's incredible.
It's a banger. Yeah, it's a crowd song for sure.
Yeah.
We've talked about that in the FlurrySports podcast too, our favorite crowd songs. And I think we called it the Mr.
Yeah.
Brightside category because it wasn't fair to rank that one. It just
Right.
is what it is. It goes down with Country Roads, goes down there with Sweet Caroline and all of them. It's such a good song. And yeah, like I mean, I'm a Killers fan anyway. At least used to.
For sure.
They've really hurt my feelings the past maybe decade.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've always loved that song. It's a great song. But you can't be like now, like you're also the Bills. Like choose something. I don't know. It doesn't fit them either. It's weird.
Right. To me, taking Mr. Brightside and saying that's our song, that's our anthem, that's like taking "We Will Rock You" as your anthem.
Right. Yeah. We are the champions. Like, okay,
right.
You're doing that now. That's fine. But why? It's okay.
Right.
It feels like they're trying to get like a Steelers renegade type thing 10 years from now.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's going to work. And I still don't like the renegade like tradition thing anyway. That feels weird to me.
Agreed.
Again,
it does. Yeah.
Love the song. That's not the song I'm losing my mind to.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. Maybe that's for another show where we come. I guess that you guys kind of do that with crowd songs, but come up with like songs for each team or something like that. I don't know. Maybe there's some content around that.
There should be something like you could link it to location somehow. You know, like a Detroit, like an Eminem song or something from Detroit, or you know.
Yeah. In terms of what I'm looking forward to, like again, we talked about it before the show started. There's not great personalities on this team. Like there's got to be a guy who comes in. I don't know if that's on the coaching staff. Even the coaching staff, there's not really great intense guys. I brought up like I said before, Keon Coleman. He's he's a great personality that hasn't been spotlighted yet. Playing basketball at Michigan State, he has to have Izzo just going off stories, which if he tells one, it's going to be incredible. He's probably got some good Florida State stories too. But in terms of that, I'd love to see Ed Oliver. I don't know that he has much of a personality. Like Joey Bosa, like he's a big name that's on the team that's not like they haven't touched on him yet. He doesn't have that great of a personality, but that feels like they use him to replace Von Miller. It kind of feels like there's a storyline there. So I think there's probably some loose ends that are going to be tied up within these 3 episodes here. But as far as storylines go, like what's the storyline of the first 2 episodes? There really isn't one other than a backup quarterback position and fans loving Josh Allen.
Yeah, it's just the Josh Allen show. The theme is we are a good team because we got Josh Allen, and we're not even really going to talk about that he just won MVP, but he did, and we'll show him accepting the award. That's about it. Like we're not going to, but I don't know. I feel like he's not celebrating in it, so I feel like the show is like okay, so. They probably asked him about like winning MVP, and he probably gave the canned answer of it's a team award. And they're like, okay,
yeah, it's fine, but I want to win. I'd rather win a Super Bowl, right? And I think it just goes with who Josh Allen is as a person, right? He's just a normal guy who's really good at playing quarterback, and that's it's fun for the common person to watch. That's not entertaining.
No, and Sean McDermott's not entertaining. Joe Brady's not entertaining. Bobby Babich isn't entertaining. Looking at their roster, for sure, Keon Coleman, got to feature him. I'm sure we haven't seen any Khalil Shakir because he's hurt, and that goes to the competitive advantage thing in terms of not showcasing anything on this that could potentially screw up a contender. I think that's why they're doing that. They haven't talked about Elijah Moore. I think he is an interesting person.
Yeah.
No tight ends.
It was when they were checking into the college, Elijah Moore was wearing a ski mask, which was pretty funny.
Let's see. I don't even remember that.
Yeah, it was a really quick shot of him and Josh Allen high fiving, and Elijah Moore's wearing a ski mask, and Josh Allen is like in the whitest outfit that you could possibly be in. It's like two different walks of life. It was very funny.
Okay. See, like stuff like that. That's great. But instead, and again, I think KJ Hamler's been the best part of the show. But we're just featuring KJ
For sure.
Hamler right now. And I guess to potentially set up whether he does or does not make the team. That's the payoff. And that's pretty much the only one, because I think Buffalo Joe makes the team.
Yeah.
I think he's slotted in pretty comfortably. Other defensive people, I would guess Joey Bosa's already hurt. So maybe that's why we're not seeing him.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Well, do you still have their roster
Yep.
up? Or their depth chart? It feels like KJ Hamler can be a kick returner for him, if anything.
Potentially.
What do they currently have? I know Khalil Shakur was returning kicks last year, or returning punts.
They currently have KJ Hamler at the third returner spot. They have Brandon Codrington, who is backup nickel, it looks like. So I'm not sure if he's, safer in terms of his defensive position. Then they have LaVisca Chenault ahead of KJ
Oh, hell
Hamler.
yeah.
But again, we haven't seen him either. I don't know if he has a personality.
Right.
I'm guessing he does, but I don't know.
LaVisca Chenault's one of those guys where you hear the name, you're like, oh, hell yeah. When's the last time you've actually seen a picture of him? You've seen him on camera? You've seen him in a game? Like it's probably since he was at Jacksonville.
I mean, to be completely honest, if I close my eyes and you tell me to envision who LaVisca Chenault is, I'm thinking of Kelvin Benjamin.
Yeah, a skinnier Kelvin Benjamin.
Yeah, not the Kelvin Benjamin we last saw. That guy was like tight end, left tackle Kelvin Benjamin, I guess. But yeah, I guess I don't really know. But yeah, I don't know who's like. There really aren't very many position battles like you talked about. I don't know.
Like the roster's set, right? You're coming off an AFC Championship loss. Like you're gonna run it back with the same team,
which is what they've been doing. They keep replacing a couple small things. We replaced Von Miller with Joey Bosa. Will that help? Probably not. They got Larry Ogunjobi.
I like him.
It says he's injured or inactive, so I don't know. Shaq Thompson's on this team somewhere. He's currently listed as a third mic. Yeah. There's not much going on. So maybe we'll see more Chicago Bears next week. And there's things there at least.
Wish Rasul Douglas is still on the team. He'd be a good one.
Yeah, he'd be great. Rasul Douglas should be on any team. He needs to get.
True.
I assume he's gotten calls. Like he gets to pick where he wants to go, I would think. And he's probably waiting for an injury given what we've seen so far. Like say, don't want to knock on wood, Jair Alexander gets hurt or something, then he goes signs with Baltimore, something like that.
Right.
Yeah, there's still a number of interesting veterans out there across several positions. So I'm interested to see what happens the rest of the way. And there's still those weird players that could get traded. This is such an interesting training camp preseason because you got Tyreek Hill, you got Kirk Cousins, you have, there was now Alexander Madison got hurt in Miami, so now there's people talking about Miami exploring running backs. You got Travis Etienne, who potentially was showcased in the first preseason game in order to trade him. Like, there's so many things.
Yeah,
it's weird.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's like the whole 49ers team kind of feels like they're on the trade block, other than Brock Purdy. Like we're what 4 weeks out from the NFL season, 3-4 weeks.
Yeah.
Feels like there's a lot of dominoes to fall yet. And hey, maybe they. And I guess it's hard to look. They're not looking in the future. Maybe Buffalo signs a guy and kind of saves Hard Knocks here a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, that would be great. There's been zero progress from what I've heard on Terry McLaurin and Micah Parsons, two very big dominoes to fall in that division. Amari Cooper, who was on Buffalo last year, is just I haven't seen him since he was traded to Buffalo. So
Did he retire?
I thought he did, and then I looked it up, and maybe he didn't. I told you he retired. I don't think he did. I don't know though. Like, there's no news on Amari Cooper anywhere across the board.
Yeah.
So maybe he did, maybe he didn't. But all I know is he's nowhere to be found. He should be on a team if he wants to play.
Yep. Yeah. Feels like Buffalo Bills are a hit spot for him, but that's beside the fact.
There, Seattle,
Um.
somewhere.
Yeah. Um. Chicago, like again, it's probably going to set up to be right. Mitch Trubisky comes in, and it's like, here's a revenge story. We're probably going to see way too much Caleb Williams. So, like, even a second of Caleb Williams is way too much Caleb Williams.
Agreed.
Um, Even Chicago, like, I mean, how many fun guys? Like, we just saw them last year. They don't have really that many great personalities on the team either.
Their defense has some guys who will talk shit. I'm excited to see Jaquan Brisker and Josh Allen talk shit. I think that potentially
Yeah.
could happen.
True.
We'll see. We could see, I mean, their offensive line's completely rebuilt. So we could see Ed Oliver, somebody like that, Joey Bosa, talk shit to one of the Bears' new linemen. We also haven't seen Matt
Tony.
Milano. I'd love to see if he's healthy and good to go.
Oh, true.
I like Matt.
Forgot about him.
Again, I don't know if he has a personality, but I'd like to see him.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I know we keep talking about personalities, but that's kind of really what drives Hard Knocks, right?
It's a TV
Like, you go
show.
back to any of them.
Like,
Right, like, I'm just trying to think of, like, back to the, the Hard Knocks that we've watched, right? We watched the Aaron Rodgers is obviously, like, one of the greatest personalities ever with the Steelers. It was Antonio Brown was fucking incredible with the Raiders.
yeah.
Rex Ryan, Vince Wilfork. Like, there's guys that are personal. Just this was not the right team to pick, man.
No, you're banking on a lot of things. To me, it feels like the final step in the or maybe second to the last step in the NFL's campaign to trying to make Josh Allen the new face of the NFL, because we know
Right.
the NFL MVP is it's not necessarily a stats award or best player award. It's a reflection of whose moment it is award. And last year was Josh Allen's moment to becoming the MVP. He wasn't as good as Lamar Jackson, but it's just not a story if Lamar Jackson wins it again. So Josh Allen wins that. They were hoping that they would get over the hump to win a Super Bowl. They didn't. So now you feature them on Hard Knocks, build them up even more. And now they're hoping this is it. They're finally at the climax. The Buffalo Bills break the curse. They have the MVP. They get over the hump. Josh Allen's the one to do it. Josh Allen is the new face of the NFL. Now that Tom Brady's gone, now that Aaron Rodgers is in his final year going off into the sunset, they need somebody to take the reins to battle Patrick Mahomes, because all of a sudden now Patrick Mahomes isn't interesting because there's no one who consistently pushes them.
Right.
Like, they need something. They can't rely on Joe Burrow. He's stuck in Cincinnati.
Right. Like, I was gonna say, again, to your point of, we've been talking about personalities. The NFL they've been pushing a Josh Allen narrative for a long time now, and they get away with it just because Josh Allen is such a cool, normal person that you cannot not like Josh Allen.
Yeah. Unfortunately, like, if they wanted, they had the opportunity to, it just wouldn't go over well with certain markets pushing Lamar Jackson. I would have loved it if they pushed Lamar Jackson the similar way, but there's certain places, like in maybe old school white Green Bay, Wisconsin, who does not connect with Lamar Jackson. You know what I mean? Like, there's going to be people like that, but everyone respects Josh Allen because he hasn't given you a reason not to. If he came on to Hard Knocks, though, and was talking shit in terms of saying, I'm the MVP, and was feeling himself, people would get to start hating him. But he hasn't done anything yet. He's had no wrong steps in terms of people hating him. He just married, to your point, a supermodel, basically. Like, and no one cares. We're like, damn, good for him, though. Like, no one's mad about
Like, I wish I was him.
Yeah. Remember last year, it was trending on Twitter that everyone's like, I fucking hate Jalen Hurts. He can't be handsome and good at football. No one's done that with Josh Allen.
I did see a tweet. I don't remember when, but it was Oh, I'm Josh Allen. I have 500. I just signed a $500 million contract. I'm the best quarterback in the league, and I'm married to the hottest woman on the planet. Fuck you, man.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm.
yeah. Even if you say it, everyone's just joking. Like, yeah, like,
Right,
screw that guy. He's the high school buddy who somehow won the lottery, and we're like, ah, God, of course it was you. Good for you.
right.
Hate you a
And
little
that's
bit.
like right there, your high school buddy. Like Josh Allen feels like everybody's friend.
He does.
He's a guy. He's a guy you hang out with. He's a guy you go to the bar with. You talk shit to him. You play video games. Talk shit with him. You know, he's a guy. He's just a normal guy.
Yeah, yeah, and that's great. That's not the leader of my franchise,
Yeah.
in my opinion, of a championship franchise. He is. If you want to call the Buffalo Bills America's team, I think that's fair. I think that's kind of what they are. They're just sort of the team everyone's fine with. They kind of, they're a small town blue collar group. They represent football pretty well as a fan base and stuff like that,
I,
but they're not interesting. Other than that, they're just very cookie cutter.
yeah, I agree with you 100%. This is not. We got to stop calling like every single city in America small town blue collar.
I agree.
Like there cities with like over 500,000 people are not small town blue collar.
I agree. I don't know how Buffalo feels different, but I agree with you. They are at least a gritty bunch. They go through a lot of shit up there, to be fair.
Fair. Yeah, and I'm not. I should preface that by saying that they don't. They're not in that description. But like, if you think about the NFL teams, think about the cities. Who are the small town, the gritty blue collar teams? Probably Buffalo. It's probably Green Bay. It's probably Pittsburgh. Right? Those should be like the only three teams that fits for, right?
I agree. Some people will call the two Ohio teams that. I'm not sure.
No,
Um,
no way.
yeah, I'm not sure if anybody else would even come close to qualifying for that. Thinking about it, like, I don't think so. I think that's it.
Oh, there. I did laugh at the guy who had to repaint his house, and his neighbor was a Jets fan, so he just repainted all Buffalo. That's kind of
That
funny.
is funny. Yeah, honestly,
Yeah.
and I like the woman who said that her husband drank her friend's breast milk at the tailgate.
Oh, drink the titty milk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's interview Buffalo fans. They're interesting. Great.
Yeah. Right.
They have stories. That's fine. Right now,
But again,
I don't know.
like that's cool and everything. I like to hear from it. And I guess you bring up the point that they're contenders, so you probably can't do it. But I want to see the practice field. I want to see the guys getting in fights, the coaches bitching players out, and them actually try to fight for a Super Bowl. Which it doesn't. I assume we're not going to get much of it.
No, I think it is because of that. They're just like, okay, we're being extra careful about what we can show, about what we can say, and that sucks because that's the whole point of Hard Knocks is showcasing what we can't see.
The inside.
Yeah, yeah. Right now, we haven't really even seen the practice stuff. We've seen what their stadium is at the moment. That's not interesting. Like,
Hmm.
they're building a new stadium. Great. There's no wind inside. That feels anti-Buffalo to me, but that's fine. Good for you.
Yeah.
Showcase where the huge Buffalo statues are going to be. They haven't done that.
Oh, true.
That was a talking point. I don't know, and they're being very, very careful about James Cook. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
They're really trying to protect the team and to protect him, because we've seen. I mean, fuck. Could you imagine if Antonio Brown was doing that shit with the Raiders and they
Oh
just
my
ignored
God.
it? Basically, like, oh yeah, I think Antonio is hurt. It was him freeze
Right.
drying his foot. Like,
Hmm.
that's what this is right now.
God, I got I might go back and watch YouTube clips. Like Antonio Brown was like the perfect person ever for Hard Knocks.
It was. God, it was so good.
Was that a Gruden team?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, like Gruden and Mike Mayock were there, and everyone like started hating both those guys because they had to deal with Antonio Brown on like they're 100% in the right. Like that's what Hard Knocks needs to
for
be.
sure. And every week was a new thing. It was the burning
Yeah.
his foot or cold hypothermia his foot. He was upset not practicing at first because of his helmet. That was a huge
Hmm.
debate. And he was like trying on different helmets and stuff like that. Like,
Hmm.
there's no drama in Buffalo. Give me drama. And there is some with James
Right.
Cook, and they're like, Oh yeah, but he's a great teammate. He's still doing all the mental reps. Nothing's wrong here. Yes, there is. Let's hear
So
it.
he's doing what he's supposed to be doing.
Yeah, he's not here. Let's see what. Show
Right.
me where James Cook is. Let's go find him.
Right.
Let's see what he's
Right.
doing. That'd be good. But no, I don't know. Anything else about what we want to see, what we did see? I got everything.
Uh, yeah, I think we touched on it. Like, right. I mean, I love the cameos. Will Compton is like one of my favorite people on the planet. Um, Jameis Winston, one of my favorite people on the planet. Vince Carter, one of my favorite people on the planet. But again, those are all 2-second clips. Like, and that
Yeah,
I guess that's kind of saying something, right? When we're talking about the cameos as opposed to what we're actually there watching. So I'm just trying to, I think I do this every time we're on here. I just go in my head and think back to all the great personalities: the Aaron Rodgers, the Antonio Browns, the Rex Ryans, the Jerry Jones. Like that's what's missing, and I don't. That's not something that you can kind of create out of thin air. It just has to happen organically, and I fear that Buffalo doesn't have that. I think there's something with Keon Coleman that I'm excited if they ever get to it.
I think so too. And even talking about 2-second clips, let me make sure it's the right person that I'm talking. Yeah, Ray Davis kicked an extra point.
Yeah,
Why are we not talking about it? Like they showed him doing it. Oh, and Ray Davis gets the extra point. The running back just kicked an extra point. Let's talk about
yeah,
why and what's going on there. That's because he lost his
yeah.
shit. You know it.
Didn't they? They talked about it a little bit that he was going around telling everyone that he's a kicker in practice, and John McDermott was going to let him kick barefoot or whatever. But again, that was what, 40 seconds.
Yeah, and I want to see more of him after he hits it, talking shit on the sideline. I assume. Why wouldn't he? It's not like he went to
Yeah,
the sideline and just
for
got a
sure.
high five and that's it.
Yeah.
Like, unless again they think that's strategy because that's the emergency kicker and there's something with that later in the season. I don't know.
I don't know, man. All I know is I need some more Mike White in my life, so I hope he doesn't. I hope he's on this team.
Yeah, more Mike White clips instead of him just saying how good Mitch Trubisky is. That's all we got from him.
Right. Hey, is there like any superstar celebrity Buffalo fan? Like, I don't think anything's going to come to the gravitas of like the Detroit Lions bringing Eminem in or anything, but is there any kind of fan that they bring in that's fun?
I feel like there is. I'm looking up celebrity Buffalo Bills fans right now. Um, okay, why is that the first one? The voice of Moana is a fan. Great. Um, okay, here we go. Ranker has the top 20 apparently. Oh, Shooter McGavin.
Okay.
Perfect time to bring him in.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Why wouldn't we do that right now?
If it, Zach, if they bring on Shooter McGavin, my take away everything that I said on this show. This is might be one of the best seasons.
Agreed, for sure. Got to get him in there. Who else? I don't know who any of these people are. Bubba Watson's not interesting.
No.
Um, Chris Berman. I like Berman.
Oh yeah.
It would make sense for him.
Oh, I have one other thing I didn't bring up.
Okay.
Sean McDermott calling Marv Levy for his 100th birthday. Like, I get it, Marv Levy's an old guy and everything. He did not want to be on that phone call
No.
whatsoever.
Oh wow, you took the time to do that, huh? I thought you're busy. Okay.
Oh, you're so busy. You're so busy. And Sean McDermott, yeah, let's get you out for a game. He goes, oh, you're so busy. You didn't need to call, and just ended.
Yeah. Yeah. Even he doesn't want the Bills to be on Hard Knocks right now. Yeah,
Right.
that was and I mean McDermott didn't want to do it. It was
Again, I mean, you talked about it off the show. Like, McDermott's a fine coach. He's a good coach. He's won 5 straight division titles. In terms of watching TV, he's what as cookie cutter as it comes as a coach. He's not bringing anything great. He's not a Rex Ryan. He's not a Sean McVay. He's not any of these guys that turn the needle when it comes to me watching TV.
no, no, and he's not a rah-rah guy, so you're not getting the Dan Campbell like thing. Um,
Right.
it's what he did today was important work, like talking about cancer to check yourself. But I don't need that from Hard
Right.
Knocks.
Correct.
It was also too long. It was.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got to see the type of sunscreen he put on. Cool.
Right.
Um,
Remember, like I said, Antonio Brown's like perfect at that show. God, I miss Dan Campbell on that show, man. He like talk about the greatest ever for it. The very like first scene that Dan Campbell was on, he talked about how he drinks like 15 double espresso
Yeah.
lattes every single day. Like that's what needs to happen on Hard
Well, then
Knocks.
his team embodied him. We have Jamal Williams crying after practice in episode one.
Right.
Like, yeah, we need that shit. But I mean, the
Right.
Bills should be a tortured team. That needs to be the storyline.
Right.
They are cursed. They can't win. No matter how good they are, they always lose to the Chiefs. They're so cursed that one of their players fucking died on the field, and it
Yeah.
haunts them every single night to this day. I want to see a tortured football team that is desperate to just get the nightmares out of their head. That's what this team
Right.
needs to be. And right now, they're all just like
Correct.
pushing it to the back and acting like everything's fine, and it's not true.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like Josh Allen's wife embodied the entire episode perfectly. And they asked her, why are the Buffalo Bills going to win? And she just said, who is at the helm? Josh Allen. That's
Right.
everyone's answer.
I mean, he's been at the helm for the last 5 years.
Yeah, and they've been very good.
Although it is kind of crazy. The first episode when Josh Allen came in and said 8th year. I can't believe that was 8 years already.
Yeah.
That was the Lamar Jackson, Sam Darnold, Josh Allen, Baker, and Josh Rosen draft.
It's a little alarming. We are,
Yeah.
I mean, I assume basically halfway through Josh Allen's career.
Yeah. And it's weird. It feels like it's kind of one of those situations where, you know, all those quarterbacks kind of took a different avenue to being in the NFL. It feels like Sam Darnold's like 8 years older than Josh Allen.
I might be on the opposite side.
Really? Oh, what about Baker Mayfield? I think it feels like he's 8 years older than Josh Allen
Baker
too.
feels older than Josh Allen for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know. Sam Darnold's just hard to peg. He's just like not in my mind, I guess. So
Maybe
I don't know.
maybe it's one of those situations where like Baker and Sam Darnold played on like 800 different teams, so it kind of feels longer.
Probably Baker feels like, yeah. If you told me this was like his 13th, 14th year, it's like, yeah, he's been through it.
Yeah.
And he has been through it. Tampa would have been another great one to show.
Yeah.
Because of Baker, because of Tud Mouch, their offensive linemen, stuff like that. But that's also an interesting story too, if they wanted to do it, where it's like trying to regain dominance after the GOAT leaves. It's the aftermath.
Yeah, that would be fun.
It's interesting. But
yeah,
go ahead.
I just got one quick thing, just because we brought up Baker Mayfield. If I could it might be like if I could pick a sports documentary about anything, it might be at the top of the list of Baker Mayfield's 99-yard drive with the Rams to beat the Raiders. Like that. So I hated Baker Mayfield. I saw that. I'm like, I fucking love this guy.
Yeah, that week I guess 2 days or whatever was insane.
Yeah.
That was one of the coolest things. Like, yeah, he's coming in, flying in. He's basically getting handed his uniform and he's going on the field.
Right. In a Sean McVay offense that I can't imagine is very easy to understand right away.
No. And that's the benefit Baker has had, because for the first 7 years of his career, he had a new offensive coordinator and play calling and everything every year. So he's probably used to just doing his own shit at this point.
Hey, time's a flat circle. He's got a new one again.
I know. As soon as he finds some sort of like comfortable, that's why he was so pissed, I'm sure, because Liam
Cohen, for sure,
snaked his way out of there. He said he was coming back. Oh God, Tampa would have been so good because of that. Just the Baker Mayfield scorched earth. God, that makes me want to go bet on Tampa. Actually, I think Baker's gonna kill it.
Yeah, for sure.
His last point, I went and placed bets today. His passing yard prop is like 3,800 yards.
Over for sure.
Easy. He's a 4,300 yard guy this year. He's just going to throw it every time.
Yeah. I get there's probably bias in it, but John Gruden said the Buccaneers are going to win the Super Bowl, so I'm in on the Buccaneers this year.
I like them. I have no idea what their defense is, but I believe in their offense a lot.
Vita Vea is their defense.
True. That's a good point. Okay, so next week, come back right away after Hard Knocks is done. We watch it as soon as it drops. We will be reviewing episode 3. Hopefully we see more personality. Hopefully we see more of like the receivers, Keon Coleman, tight ends, defensive line, something more than just yay, Josh Allen. That's all we're hoping for. And tune in then to see if we got it.